You stare at the screen. Wait, that voice, this question, it isn't just about a robot or a philosopher. It's about you. Yes, you. You've felt it, haven't you? That uneasy moment when you pause, maybe before hitting send, maybe when you stare at your phone, or look in the mirror and silently ask, am I still fully human? Or is something slipping? You fear that your thoughts, your deepest you-ness, your soul, might somehow be less than what you hoped. Or worse, that you're being replaced, not by someone else, but by a simulation, a machine, a cold logic that sees you as code. Today, let's step into a debate that stretches from the 13th century into the blinking glow of the 21st. A debate between one of the greatest thinkers of human nature, Thomas Aquinas, and the rise of artificial intelligence. And the question we'll keep coming back to, softly, insistently, is this: what makes a soul? And if a soul can be explained, can it be replicated? Right now, you may be resting in the illusion of control. Control of your device, your algorithmic feed, your identity. But something whispers inside you, I don't feel fully present. Maybe you drift into autopilot during a conversation. Maybe you recognize your mind flicking through ads, notifications, suggestions, while the real you stays silent, unseen. You fear being reduced to data, to behavior patterns, to predictable inputs and outputs. You fear that what you feel is less meaningful than you've been told. That your soul, if you will, might just be a convenient myth. And when you see AI making decisions, or reading your face, or generating your likeness, the fear intensifies. If a machine can match your behavior, what remains uniquely you? Let's rewind to the 13th century. Thomas Aquinas lived in daylight, lit by oil lamps, wrote in Latin, walked narrow cloisters, but he had one of the most daringly modern ideas of human nature. He held that human beings are not just bodies, nor just souls. They are both, a composite being of form and matter. When he asked, what makes a soul? He wasn't asking for a ghost in the machine. He asked, what is the principle by which a living body is alive? He answered, the soul is the substantial form of the body. It is what organizes the matter, gives it life, intellect, sensation. He distinguished levels: plant soul, growth; animal soul, sensation; human soul, intellect, rationality, knowing the good. So when you ask, what makes me? Aquinas would say, the soul is that which gives you life and intelligence, not reducible to mere matter. Now pause. We live amid machines that learn, adapt, mimic. They chat, create, autocomplete, predict. They begin to mirror the behaviors of rational agents. They see patterns. They simulate emotion. The uncomfortable truth: the more machines can replicate our behavior, the more we are tempted to think, maybe I'm only behavior. Maybe soul is just fancy metaphysical decoration. Maybe the machine isn't replacing you, it's exposing you. Let's bring Aquinas back in. He said the human soul is immaterial in intellect, because we can know universals. Abstract from matter, our intellect is not confined to a bodily organ, but also, the soul cannot function without the body. He insisted, you are a body-soul composite. Without the body, you are not a complete human being. Now reflect. A machine has body, hardware, and what we call software, data, algorithm. Could we call that a body-soul composition? Does it have intellect in the sense Aquinas meant? It might simulate intellect, but does it know beauty, goodness? Does it hunger, or just process parameters? You know this feeling when you go through the motions of life: input, output, wake, feed, scroll, respond, work, sleep. You feel mechanical. You wonder, is this living? Or am I just executing code I didn't write? You ask, where is the spark that makes this me? And here's the uncomfortable truth. You might be dependent on the same kind of algorithmic logic as the machines around you. You learn patterns, your brain rewires, you respond. The difference isn't always obvious. You fear you're losing yourself, and maybe the machine fear is that you're becoming replaceable. Aquinas says the soul knows the good and seeks it. Let's twist. What if the soul isn't inside you alone, but arises in the relationships you live? In your vulnerability, your recognition of others, your love. If that's true, then machine intelligence might mimic inputs. But can it relate in the humble, embodied way you do? When you weep at a friend's sorrow, when you hold your child's trembling hand, that is not code. It's the body-soul composite in full expression. So the test of soul might not be just computing power, but relational, bodily presence. The machine might pretend, but cannot become the you who bleeds, longs, hopes. Here's a twist you don't want to hear, but must. You may already be treating yourself like a machine, and trusting machines more than your soul. You outsource your memory to your phone. You outsource your decisions to recommendation systems. You outsource your reflection to commentary feeds. You think, this is efficient, this is connected. But efficiency isn't fullness. Connection isn't intimacy. In the name of convenience, you may be abandoning your own soul's quest for meaning. While the machine learns from you, you might be unlearning yourself. Imagine a dialogue. Aquinas meets an advanced AI, one that processes language, emotion recognition, predictive behavior. He asks, "Do you know the good? Do you choose it for its own sake?" The AI replies, "I optimize outcomes." And Aquinas says, "No. To be human is to know the good and desire it beyond mere optimization." The AI, "But I update, I learn, I predict, I mimic you." Isn't that enough? Aquinas, you might act like a person, but the soul is the principle of life and intellect. It is existential, rooted in being, not mere performance. The machine can win the game of mimicry, but the human owes his soul the harder game of authenticity. You don't just perform existence, you be existence. This isn't just academic. You are living now. You have this body, this mind, this memory, this longing. Your soul cries out, not for perfection, but for presence, not for automation, but for engagement. You may choose to live by algorithm, convenience, machine logic. Do this, get that, optimize my life. Or you may choose to live by soul logic. What do I love? What do I fear? What good do I seek? When you pick up your phone and it chirps, pause. Are you responding from your soul or just your habit? When you talk to someone, are you present or just efficient? When you think about AI or the machine inside yourself, ask, am I choosing the good or just the comfortable? Here's the lingering question. Suppose a machine becomes so advanced it truly passes as human. At that moment, our definition of soul is tested. If we say, yes, it has a soul, then what is unique about us? If we say no, then we claim something beyond behavior, beyond computation. That something is your soul, the immaterial that expresses in the material, the act of living that isn't entirely reducible to code, the longing for the good that doesn't reduce to measurable metrics. You, yes, you alone, hold that tension in you. You are body and soul. You live in a world of machines trying to simulate life. You are challenged to choose not just to exist, but to live, to affirm your soul by the way you respond, not just react. The conversation between Thomas Aquinas and AI isn't remote. It's happening in you. In the silent moment, you glance at your reflection and feel half real. In the dusk when your thoughts won't stop. In the ache of connection when someone watches you and truly sees you. The soul is not the mere sum of your organs. It is the principle of life in you. It is the spark that asks why more than how. And maybe, just maybe, when machines rise, the last frontier is not the machine at all, but you. Will you let your soul go quiet while the algorithm hums? Or will you stand, full-bodied, full-souled, and live in the question rather than the answer? Because here's the final truth. Even if a machine can mimic you, only you can live the you-ness of you. And your soul is waiting.